Okay everybody, hello! Welcome back to the All Laptop Chronicles on Chilean Retro Gamer 2. So today we have the remake of Kirby's Adventure on the Game Boy Advance, in this case, Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. I actually was thinking of doing the original Kirby's Adventure, but there is some chance that I played that version soon enough. As, you know, part of my special streams for my 10-year anniversary on YouTube. So I decided to go for Kirby, but not precisely Kirby's Adventure. This is technically a replay. I have done this version before on another channel. That playthrough is no longer available. I hid it from public, not for this playthrough specifically, but I did it a while ago. And we're reading plot, because it matters. So, I was pressing start, nothing happened. That was because I was clicking out of the window, the emulator window. Was it me the one that I got 100%? I wasn't even trying to get 100% in that one run. Vegetable Valley. So yeah, as you can tell, it's pretty much Kirby's Adventure, but with lots of enhancements from the graphical standpoint and music, of course. That's why it's called a remake. It's a good remake. Pretty much keeps the graphics from Kirby Superstar. More cartoony. Of course, with a lot of work on backgrounds. I believe there are some like added power-ups. Could be wrong about that. So someone's talking to me on the phone. Okay, I'm not going for 100%, guys. I'm telling you. I mean, if I get it, I get it. But if I don't, it won't make much of a difference. Well, I believe the 100%, at least on the NES version, allows me to play an extra game or some other mode. Well, in theory, I already have it unlocked, because I 100%ed it. Again, I don't know if it was the one, I was the one that I did it. I'm assuming I was the one that played 100%, because, to be honest, in my first run to this, when I did the original playthrough, I don't remember what computer I used for that. Either this, or the newer laptop. So that's why I'm not, like, totally positive. In terms of if it was me the one that did that run. But again, doesn't matter. I mean, we're gonna play all the levels. I usually try to go for 100% in games, especially in platformers, when there are new levels involved. Okay, that was a short stage 2. Alright. That was a perfect jump. I don't know if they made it easier in this version so you can get the 1-ups more consistently. That's a very good question, actually. Actually, one thing that caught my attention is that since I played this remake, I mean, not recently, a few years ago, but this is from 2002. I played it at least 10 years after that for the first time. I'm talking specifically about the remake. The thing is that lots of the backgrounds that I see here, I saw them before I played this version on Mario ROM hacks. Which, by the way, speaking of that, and this is probably a piece of information that would be of major interest to a lot of you. Haven't played a ROM hack in pretty much like a year. I'm not even joking. So don't worry guys, it will be part of the All Laptop Chronicles. Dude, I feel like the levels are way too short. You know, one explanation to that would be that this game is actually faster paced. So, actually, is this the cutter? Yeah. I like the cutter, personally. As I've always said every time I play a Kirby game, I'm kind of a fan of range-based attacks. I like the beam, I like the cutter. The sword is okay, but not the biggest fan of it. Fire is fine too. And I don't know, I have some sort of obsession, in the good way, with throwing things. What does this guy give me? Needle. Wait, Needle was on Kirby's Adventure, right? I mean, it looks incredibly bigger in here, because the sprite is actually bigger, in essence. You know, one of the Kirby games that I really have to play, I mean, I don't have to, but it feels like, I mean, I played it in order to test it out when I first discovered emulation back in late 90s, early 2000s. But I never actually played in a dedicated way Kirby's Dreamland 3 on Super Nintendo. I got a sad story about that game. I actually bought it through eBay a while ago, and never arrived. That's the saddest part. It is not a cheap game, and I bought it. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it wasn't super expensive. It was at the time, it still was making good money off YouTube, and I was like, dude, this is a great opportunity to have such a great game. I don't know if I either got the, or tried to get the American version or the Japanese version, since Japanese cartridges usually are cheaper, even if we are talking about the very same game. And I don't know, dude, I mean, it never arrived. I mean, I got it on the Wii Virtual Console, but it's just not the same. I mean, for the collector standpoint, even though I don't consider myself a quite the collector, it was sad. But yeah, that's one of the games that I really have to sit down and play in a dedicated way, because it is so good. It looks so awesome. One of the late Super Nintendo titles, I believe. So I mean, graphically, it is much better than most of the Super Nintendo games in terms of looks. Super short levels. Dude, I already cleared the first world. Not that it is hard or anything, but alright. I like this theme. Wasn't this theme also on Kirby's Dreamland 2 on Game Boy? I remember when I played that game and I heard this song, Dude, I loved it. I like the idea of incorporating music from other games. Something pretty much the same. Alright, I'm using the wheel. Just for the sake of variety. Doesn't he have the yo-yo attack look? With his head backwards, whatever. Okay, it's not precisely easier to get to the very top in the bonus area. I got it once. So I guess it's equally challenging.